Well, it's Uncommon Fossil, and taking a look at a post-rotation Tinkaton EX deck. It really wants to build up a big hand. Tinkaton EX 300 HP Psychic-type Pokemon. It does big hammer attack for 2 colorless energy, which a lot of times we're paying with 1 double turbo energy, so reducing damage by 20, of course, but 30 damage for each card in your hand. So we want to build up a big hand size. Pretty simple strategy, right? Just build a big hand size, and we're going to play the Dunsparce engine. I'll jump to that right now because I think this is a terrific engine for the deck. Runaway and draws the ability on the stage 1 Dunsparce. Once during your turn, you may draw 3 cards. If you do, and if you drew any cards this way, shuffle this Pokemon and all cards attached into your deck. So, really awesome there. It doesn't get stuck in the active even, so you don't have to worry about control in that aspect because it goes right back into the deck. Super, super awesome there. So just 3 more cards. You want to get like at least 3 Dunsparce down every turn, honestly, and then you're building a huge hand every turn. Even if your opponent Ionos you down to 1 card, you're getting like a 10-card hand anyway, which is just tremendous, right? The Dunsparce we have as well. It's got free retreat, so that's good. We're not attacking with those, but just a super engine there. So 3 copies of the Tinkaton EX. Getting back to that, we do play a Psychic Energy. And actually, we have another way to get it on. So potentially we can use the second attack and hit through effects. But that's not really, we don't want to do that, right? Honestly, if they're walling off EXs, we also play 1 copy of the single prize Tinkaton, stage 2, 140 HP, retreat cost of 2. We can attack, Special Hammer does 90 for Psychic Colorless. If it has a special energy attached, it does 90 more damage, which we can pay. Get that for the 180 with 2 different energies there. One of them is the Luminous Energy, which means we do play the Luxray, by the way, as a lightning attacker, which just lets us hit for another weakness. You can only play this onto your bench if you have more prize cards remaining than your opponent. So it's situational, and it does take Luminous Energy to pay the attack when you have to be behind the prizes to use the energy. But 180 on a single prize Pokemon. It's a stage 2, you get it into play immediately, is a nice option there. Tinkaton, the single prize Tinkaton, though, also has a very good ability. Gather materials, you discard a card from hand, draw 3 cards, so another way to build your hand size, so quite nice also. We'd like to get this play, just to help build up our deck size. We play 1 copy of the stage 1. I'm playing the 80 HP stage 1. Most decks that I've seen are playing the 90 HP Tinkatuff, but look, I think this one just has better attacks. It does 30 for 1. I just like that. So I think that giving up the 10 HP, I think is fine. I'd rather have the better attack, and even the 2 energy attack is slightly better. It does 80. The other one I think does less there. Well, I think it does 60. So just a better attacker. So I just like that, having that in the deck. But there is the 90 HP option. Like I said, most people play that. And then we have, I think there's actually a lot of choices with these pre-evolutions. There's 3 Tinkatuffs, and I think there's 6 Tinkatinks all in all. I'm playing a split of the Tinkatinks. Both are 60 HP. I think there's a 70 HP one, but these have useful attacks. Both have a retreat cost of 1. This Tinkatink has mountain scrounging, I guess. Look at the top card of your deck, 1 Psychic Energy. And I do play a Psychic Energy in the deck, which is one thing you need to do if you're going to play this. Look at the top card of your deck. You may put that card into your hand. If you don't, discard that card and draw a card. So, potentially a useful card. Just attack, being able to draw a card. The other Tinkatink, which attacks for colorless, which is nice for sure. It has scrap pickup. You put an item card from your disc pile into your hand. Also, 2 just little draw options on the basic. We don't want to use those, but it's something we could use, so just make those choices carefully and wisely. The other Pokemon, I've added 1 copy of Mimikyu. This is in part why I have the 1 Psychic Energy, but it's a nice walling thing, right? Immune to damage from EXs and Vs. You're not going to win games these days with Mimikyu, right? Basically, every deck has an answer to it. But it can slow down your opponent, either make them use a boss or give you just a turn or 2 to help set up. So, and I do play the Psychic Energy, so I can put some damage counters on it. And if you attach the second energy is a double turbo, it actually doesn't reduce the damage because you're placing damage counters, not doing damage. So that is the list of Pokemon, fairly simple. I don't have any bench protection, I'll just say that. Manaphy is in most lists. I just figure, look, now if my opponent can just smack out my Dunsparces, that's bad for me. Okay, I grant you that. Like a Chen PAL where they can power up Radiant Grid Energy turn after turn, I might be in trouble. But most decks can't do that. And honestly, taking out one bench Pokemon is okay. So I'm willing to give up the bench space because I want to get like a Tinkatink in the active, one on the bench, at least 3 Dudunsparces. I think it doesn't make a ton of sense myself. The other card I don't play is a Giratina, which the one that does bench protection. Most decks don't play that, but honestly, that's just as much of a danger right up against a Lost Zone deck that they can take out 2 Dunsparces with a Sableye. That'd be bad news as well. Some decks do play the Jirachi, the Radiant Jirachi, that you can, for a double turbo, you flip 2 coins with hedge opponent Pokemon's knocked out. If the Jirachi itself is knocked out by damage, then you search your deck for 3 cards, which is good. So that's an option as well. But in a sense, I think the Mimikyu is a little bit more going to have more value, right? If I need to just stick something active by a turn, I like the Mimikyu. But the Jirachi, the Radiant Jirachi, the defensive Jirachi, the defensive Manaphy are all options for the list there. All right, what do we play in the deck? 4 double turbo energies. That's pretty much a given. That powers up the Tinkaton. So that you're just playing that, period. I play 1 reversal. Most decks play 1. Some play 2. I don't know that you could play 0 too, but you want that to attack with the single prize Pokemon, as well as, and it gives you the Luxray option. So I think 1 reversal to me makes sense. Then I play a Neo Upper Energy, which I don't think I've played before, so always pleased to play a new card for me. The A-Spec that only works, it provides 1 colorless energy, but if it's attached to a stage 2 Pokemon, it provides 2 energy of every type. So it powers up the Tinkaton, and again, it's a special energy, so that works super great there. And you don't have to be behind the prizes. With the reversal, you have to be behind the prizes. It doesn't pay the full cost of the Luxray, so you don't really want it there. But of course, we can attach it to Tinkaton EX, and we don't have the 20 damage reduction. And of course, it's just a 5th special energy to attach. So rather than having just the 4 double turbos, now we have the Neo Upper Energy as well. And I like having the 5th energy to attach, which is why I like this. Obviously, Prime Catcher is good, but I think the Neo Upper Energy just makes things work a little bit. All right, a decent selection of trainers. I scroll through. There's a good amount of cards here. I'll go with Pokemon search cards first. For Buddy-Buddy Poffin, we got these low HP Pokemon we're evolving from, so 4 copies of that. Also playing 2 Nest Ball to get some basics in play. I'm playing 2 Ultra Ball, which not every list plays. Probably actually most don't from what I can tell, but it gives me guaranteed access to the EXs, and I need the EXs in hand, so you don't want to discard because you want to get a big hand, so that's why Ultra Ball is not good, but I want to feel like I can definitely get the EX, so I'm including 2 copies here. Hopefully I don't have to use it, but it's there, right? I'm playing 4 Great Ball. You play either Great Ball or Capturing Aroma or some combination of the 2. Capturing Aroma gives you the advantage of you're guaranteed to get a Pokemon, almost, right? Because as long as you have a basic and an evolution of the deck, you'll get 1 Pokemon. With Great Ball, I might get nothing, which in case my hand size is shrinking, which I don't like, without any gain. But Great Ball gives me the ability to get the stage 2s. I think, there's enough mix of cards I'm looking for. I think Great Ball will work out pretty well. So my bias is towards Great Ball over Capturing Aroma. It's not a crazy choice in this deck, I don't think, so that's what I'm going with. You can replace it with Capturing Aroma if you think that's smarter. That's definitely a possibility. And then playing 2 copies of Artazon. Could include a 3rd copy, as you kind of change around some of the cards at the fringes. You could obviously cut it too, but I think having 2 to 3 copies makes a lot of sense. During a turn, search your deck for a basic Pokemon without a rule box, put it onto your bench, because we're using the Dunsparces every turn, ideally, and then we need to get the basic Dunsparces back on the bench that same turn. So we get 1 on the bench with Artazon, and then draw a couple into hand or get them into play with Buddy-Buddy Poffin, something like that. So just got to feed the machine here. And then adding 1 copy of Pokemon League Headquarters. This is one, could drop it and add an extra Artazon, could cut another card and put an extra Pokemon League Headquarters, depending what you think. It's really good against basic decks, which can be scary things. Attacks used by each basic Pokemon in play to cost 1 colorless energy more. There's a lot of ancient and future boxes around, so just very good to slow down your opponents there. I think that's all the Pokemon search. Oh, play 4 copies of Rare Candy because it's a Stage 2 deck. We want to get those in play. I just play 1 copy of Stage 1 just to help set up, really. But Rare Candy, super, super critical there. Oh, and then we do play 1 Super Rod. That obviously gets back the 1 basic energy potentially and up to 3 Pokemon into our deck. So it just helps us draw a little more, and I just like it in the deck for sure. It lets us reuse like the Luxray 2, although I don't play Roseanne's backup, so I can't get back the reversal energy. So that probably you probably don't want to do that. You could play Roseanne's backup in the deck as well. From what I've been looking, about half the deck list play that. Which is certainly an option. Getting into the supporters here, 1 Iono can be disruptive, but resets our hand, and we're trying to grow it generally, so that's why only 1 copy in the list. We're trying to grow our deck. 3 Arezus, very good with this. Search your deck up to 3 evolution Pokemon if they don't have a rule box. We have our Stage 1, we have our non-rule box Tinkaton, and of course we have the Dunsparces, so just really good. 3 Pokemon off one trainer is good, right? It's a supporter for turn, but hey, getting like those 3 Dunsparces in turn, that 1 supporter turns into 3 Stage 1s, which then turn into 9 new cards in hand, so that is a nice trade there. 2 copies of Boss's Order, just really good. 3 copies of Nemona, which I don't play much. You draw 3 cards, generally that's bad, but within this deck, 3 copies of Nemona, and then where is that? Nemona's Backpack, 2 copies of this. You put up to 2 Nemona cards from you just probably into your hand, so you can, for one thing, if the Nemonas are discarded, even if you don't play them, if you say discard them with Ultra Ball, you can recover 2 with Nemona's Backpack, just growing the hand size, besides getting the 3+3 with Nemona, which is okay, right? It's not bad, because we don't want to, again, we only play 1 Iono. We're not looking to Iono or Judge and shuffle back in. We just want to grow. Nemona in Nemona's Backpack, I think, is a nice combo, but a 3/2 copy, so playing it but not going all in on it. And then 2 copies of Morty's Conviction, another supporter that I haven't really played much, if at all. You discard a card from hand, draw a card for each opponent's bench Pokemon, so just a way to grow the hand size as well. So that, I believe, is the full 60 in the deck. So I think this Tinkaton deck, it was okay before rotation. I think it is in a much better place now given the Dunsparce. So let's take a look at the deck in action. All right, let's see how things go here. It's been a tough time, I gotta say, trying to get a game recorded. Even just getting a game that's okay. The deck's doing fine. The performance is fine with the deck, I gotta say. I think 1 game I made a major misplay that really might have cost me the game. I mean, it's hard to say whether it actually cost me the game. It certainly was a misplay, but most games I'm playing fine. This deck's setting up pretty decently. Look, when it sets up, it's a beast. It doesn't always set up. That's, it's a little bit high rolly, but it's not terrible. And honestly, a big issue is when this deck gets going, my opponents are bricking terribly. So I'm seeing opponents bricking a lot, and that's just not very good either. I mean, I will upload some videos like that, but I don't like to. All right, well, this isn't bad. So I would probably Great Ball first, because that's in my first or second, I don't remember. So I'm going second. Could get a Mimikyu in play to wall things off. We'll see it up against. Mimikyu, so I play Great Ball probably, then probably Nest Ball and Artazon in some order. That doesn't matter. I guess if I really don't want to help out my opponent, and now I'm getting an opponent that doesn't want to do anything. So I don't know if they don't want to do anything, but they're being slow. So that's not great either. Okay, so they're making plays. Good. All right, so up against Charizard. So I might want to toss down the Mimikyu just to buy time and send the Mimikyu in the active. And then hopefully Mimikyu gets knocked out because I don't want him sitting around all game. I can attack with Mimikyu, but it's not really what I want to do either. The deck doesn't need a pivot because it's got Dunsparce already. So let's see what I hit here. Last game I couldn't get Tinkaton basically to save my life. This game, this isn't good. This is not good. All right, so I think I need to get a Mimikyu in play. Anyway, I'll drop down Tinkatink. And how do I want to work this? And I think I'm going to drop down Mimikyu to hide behind. It could be a mistake, but you know, it could be right. It could be right. I don't, or I, you know, or I could have grabbed another. Okay, so I'm not attacking with Mimikyu probably. If the Mimikyu gets stuck in active, I don't have a switch card in deck. I don't believe. I think I cut that at one point. I think there was a switch in the list, and I took that out. So attacking, they might just be setting up. They could evolve to the stage 2 and attack with that as well, and then they do one-shot me. But that's not terrible. I'm not going to do big damage this turn, probably. Right? I needed to go with two Dunsparces, but so they do. Which Charmeleon they have? They have the 50. Okay, so they don't knock me out. That's the nice thing. I actually don't damage him though, so this is kind of nice. This is good. Oh, I guess they have boss. Well, that's really bad then. Really bad. Yeah, I mean, if they don't have boss in hand, then they made a bad play. But I'm assuming they have boss, and that's going to ruin my day, right? I thought they were going to set up the Charmeleon, smack into me for 50. They're immune to damage, to effects of attacks, which my damage counters are. So boss, I don't know why they're so slow. Like, I'm getting a bit frustrated. Look, it's going badly for me, and they're being really slow with these actions too. I mean, this is just bad news here, right? I guess I send up the Dunsparce. It's pretty horrible. It's incredibly horrible, actually. So, the fact that they're playing a little slow is extra irritating, I gotta say. And I'm kind of getting a little frustrated because I can't get live to do anything. I just can't get a decent game here, and I'm not getting a decent game today either, right now either. So, actually, Luxray's not terrible, so I'm going to drop him down. What do I want to get in play? I guess. Now, the problem is I either get. Okay, so I'm not attacking here. So I'll set up the Mimikyu. Okay, I have that. So fortunately, I saw what I drew first, right, which was good. So let me get down. Just not loving this game, you know. All right, so I just kind of keep filling up my bench here. That's what I keep doing. And yeah, I mean, hopefully they don't boss me again, because that'll be bad, right? I guess I'll drop down another Tinkatink. It's not really. I need to get going here. I just end turn. There's no reason to do any of these things. Okay. And Pokemon League headquarters. I mean, look, if I didn't play the Artazon, they wouldn't have Pidgeon play possibly, and that would have put me in a better spot. And I could have bumped the Artazon for my opponent, but ultimately, you know, I don't know. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have played the Artazon, because now they have two, you know. Anyway, I don't know. Collapse Stadium. Well, that's not good. I'll drop the Luxray, I guess. I don't know. The other cards are probably more crucial to my game plan. They have a difficult time one-shotting the Tinkatink EXs, so I guess potentially I can come back. I can potentially. So what are they going to grab? So okay. I mean, they're doing that so they can attack, but that means that it's 2 turns. And that, you know, they have to recover the energy they can. They have to play energy, Rare Candy, recover the energies again. So it's not terrible. It's not terrible. I might bump their stadium just to get some bench space here. So let me do this. Just get some more cards in hand, right? Grab this guy. Grab this. And because I might as well evolve to a stage 1, right? No reason not to. because I'm not attacking this turn, right? So just make these plays here. Or I might play Artazon if I get that, right? That may happen here. So Nemona's backpack. Just kind of keep drawing stuff through here. Boss. I have Artazon. So I have Buddy-Buddy Poffin. I have Ultra Ball. I don't need that. Let's see what I got here. So, okay. So now I've got... Let's think. I'm going to bump the stadium. Not put the good stadium in play yet. Just do that. And I will Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Just get my other Dunsparce down. So I'm now set up for business next turn, hopefully, right? So pass here, right? So now, hopefully they knock out the Mimikyu. I'm down 2 prizes, but they're gonna have a little. It's gonna take some work to get through the Tinkatons, right? So, yeah, can I make it work? Maybe. I mean, I can take out Charizard EXs, right? I mean, well, I can take out the Pidgeot EX as well. So I want to. I really want to take out a Charizard EX. That's what I want to do here, right? So I need Rare Candy, and what do I need in hand? I need a bunch of cards in hand, right? I need 11 cards in hand. 11 cards in hand is very doable, though. Very doable. So I'm not worried about making that happen. I mean, it needs to happen for me, obviously, but actually, I don't even need Rare Candy. I need the energy though, because I played a stage 1 already. So just start drawing. Okay, that's good. Play this. Thank you very much. I might even keep that one Dunsparce in play, right? Because I want to get a bunch of Dunsparces down again, of course. That's really important here. Well, that's super nice for sure. So evolve here. I'll Rare Candy and evolve this guy as well. Doesn't matter who I send up here. So he's doing 270. So I just need a slightly bigger hand, right? Slightly bigger. So what do I want to do here? I attach my energy. I have Boss, though. But I need a bunch more cards here. So how do I get more cards here? Well, if I Ultra Ball, it's not really going to get me enough cards, is it? So I'll just Nemona this turn, I guess. I'm not going to get the knock. I can't gust up the guy on the bench. Well, actually, in theory, I do play, what, 1 counter catcher? So let me think. I'm at 300. So, no. Let me not do that. Let me just kind of set up for next turn here. Let me just set up here. Just take it easy. Take it easy. That's the plan here. Take my first prize. I don't love it. Yes, I'll just attack here. It's not great. Wasn't able to, I needed to get I didn't have a, I could have, well, I'm trying to think. Maybe I could have played it differently and pulled it off. Okay. I don't think they can one-shot me, though. Which is super important. They need to get down another Charmander, which I assume they will. They don't actually have Pidgeot EX in play yet, which is, I'm surprised by that, because they got the Pidgey down a while ago, right? Let's see what's going on. So I guess they got rid of one of the Pidgeys with the collapsed stadium, right? Iono. Okay. I mean, as long as they don't knock me out, right? got 2 Dunsparces, got a Nemona. I mean, yeah, that's all good. Like Nemona adds 2. I lose 1 card, adds 3, so that the net is plus 2 cards, so it adds 60 damage. The Dunsparce also in a sense adds 2 cards, plus 60, plus 60. So I should one-shot this guy. I really would like to get an energy attached. So we'll see what happens here. So at this point, I don't think I want to run to the bench. I think I just got to attack away. I'm going to have to one-shot. I have to one-shot. That's one thing. So 240. Morty's Conviction is not bad also. And I don't think I shouldn't need the single prize guy. I actually could attack with the single prize guy for a prize, right? That actually could end up being useful this game. So what am I doing now? 300. So I guess I play the Nemona. See what I draw into. Okay, that's very nice there. So I'm doing 360. I bench. Well, I have to be careful here, though, right? I have to be very careful here. So I'm doing 360, so I can bench. I can play 1 more Pokemon down, 1 card, and that's it. So do I play 1 more card down? And what would it be, right? All right, I'm still at 330, and this way I am in the power spot for next turn, right? So I attack here. Can't play any more cards. I do the one-shot, but I'm probably too far behind. I'm not that far behind, but I probably can't overcome things. And as I take prizes, they will next prize. They don't one-shot me yet. Unless they play the maximum belt. Have they played an ace spec, by the way? No. So maximum belt, they'll one-shot me. I believe they one-shot me this turn with maximum belts. Well, they can just finish off the weak guy too. So that's fine. Arezu, super awesome. So I got double turbo. So we'll see what happens. I have boss in deck, right? I can't play counter catcher. I'm ahead in prizes. Oh, I'm ahead in prizes because I'm expecting them to take 2 prizes, and I'm expected to be behind at the start of my next turn. If I'm really lucky, they whiff here. What do they get though? The barrel. Okay, so they need cards. Wow. Okay. Well, that's really good. What's in the discard pile? 1. Okay, only 1. They don't have any Pidgeot's in the prize. Then they have 1 Charizard. So they need rare candies, the biggest thing, and Ultra Ball or a stage 2. And then in a sense, they're fine with. They probably prefer the Pidgeot's, but they need to get the Charizard up and going this turn, right? Oh wait, they don't have Charmander down at all. So that's okay. I mean, this is wow. This might just give me game here, right? So let me. I have the easy knockout here, right? And I guess I just set myself up for the big turn next turn, right? I think is what I do. I'll just grab these guys here. I have energy. I have massive draw next turn. There's no reason not to attack. I barely knock this guy out, right? I barely do, but I do. Oh, I have my special energy on. Okay, I have the Neo Upper Energy. Okay, so I just attack here, and I'm not guaranteed to knock him out, mind you, but I just need to draw a supporter along the way. So at this point, I don't have Gust either. Got the 4th Dunsparce. That I'll slap that guy down. I'll be pleased to do that. So if they evolved, to him, he retreats. I guess they're assuming they can evolve and then retreat, because they don't want to lose the Pidgey, right? I mean, look, I can't win this next turn if they don't evolve. So they do run the risk of losing the game by evolving. If I hit boss, and the Pidgey on EX is a much softer target, so and you know, it wasn't a it wasn't a very strong start for me. I didn't love my position. They just floundered in the middle because they didn't get another Charmeleon down, right? I took out the one Charizard, and they hadn't got a Charmeleon going yet, and that was surprising, right? So anyway, so we'll see what happens here. So Radiant Charizard, well, he can attack, which is fine. Actually, that's actually very good for them. That gives them 2 prizes, and yeah, actually that probably gets them game. This could give them game, right? Well, no, they need to get a Charizard down. They can finish me off with Charizard next turn. They have to get a Charmander down though. If they don't, and they have Artisans, so they probably have game. Oh, do they not have? Are they out of Charmanders in deck? I mean, wow. Okay. I mean, I guess one's prized. See what happens. I assume if they had Charmander, they would have played it down. I assume if it was in deck, they would have grabbed it with Artisans. So they need to Rod, I guess. They can attack, but they're gonna just lose, right? They just need 1 energy and they attack, which is good for them. Wow, just crazy. I mean, just crazy. All right, so they're gonna Rod this turn, but unless they can get that Charmander into play, they're gonna lose. I think if they get the Charmander in play, I like their spot though, right? And they also they have energy. I don't know if they have energy either, right? So we'll see, man. I mean, they might be, because they haven't attached for turn yet either. So maybe they kind of either didn't play Rod when they needed to. Maybe they didn't have Rod. I don't know. I mean, I really like their spot, and all of a sudden things have turned quite a lot. So are they going to attach and attack? They're just passing? Well, that's just insanely horrible, right? Just insanely horrible. So I'll attach here. Again, I just attack, right? I mean, I could dig for boss, but I think I will just take the knockout, and I just should just win next turn, right? Oh, I don't win next turn, do I? So need more cards in hand. So okay, so what am I at right now? And they concede, so that's fine. I was trying to think, do I play Nemona's backpack or what do I do? So anyway, I'm not sure what happened. I got the win. I'm just not sure. And honestly, trying to record games for today, this is probably about as good a competitive game where we both kind of were comparable as I've had today. And it wasn't a pretty game. What can I say? All right, calling heads. See what happens here. It has been this day trying to get gameplay for a video has been just like the biggest struggle like ever. I'm probably gonna upload the last game. The last game wasn't pretty, but I mean, it's been, you know, this deck doesn't always set up, and I've had some games like that. All right, this is a bad start here. This is a terrible start, actually. I need to get a basic in play. I need to get a Tinkatink in play. If I don't, I'm in a lot of trouble. But we'll see what happens. If I can, I'm not. It's not great, mind you. But no, I mean, I really need like I really need a Buddy-Buddy Poffin. Buddy-Buddy Poffin, I'm kind of happy. All right, that's not what I needed. So Arceus Giratina. So well, that's good. So they're not going to take the knockout this turn, I assume, right? That's what I'm thinking. So okay, this is kind of the play here. I think I might want to get down Mimikyu. I can't have the Tinkatink knocked out. I think I don't think they're taking a knockout, right? What they need to do is they need to get double turbo on Arceus and attack, and then power up a Giratina. That's what they need. Now, I have Mimikyu, so Mimikyu will be important. That means they have to attach with the basic V, right? Or, you know, I recently did a deck where, well, that's quite nice there. That is very, very, very nice. All right, so And I might even play down my stadium because that actually messes with them as well, right? So I need a... Well, I need a rare candy. Okay, I mean, those cards are fine, but they're not what I need, right? Not what I need at all. So play the Arezu. Not liking this, I gotta say. I need this. Oh, my stage 1 is prized, I guess. Yeah, okay, which is fine. I was thinking I'd grab the stage 1 and grab him in case there was nothing else I could do, right? And we'll see what happens here. Hopefully I hit rare candy, and I did, so that's really good. I actually have a nice big hand here too, so I mean, it's pretty nuts. And actually, I now play down my stadium, I think, right? Because now my opponent can't attack next turn, I don't think, right? Now it's a terrible setup for me, but I mean, I don't have another card, but my opponent can't attack next turn. I get another play next turn to do something, right? My opponent might concede too, because that was a terrible start for them. But I need, right? Because the idea being, the reason I want to Pokemon League headquarters is they could bench down and they're playing the Giratina V-Star, which means my Mimikyu now can win me the game too, right? So that's partly why I held back the Mimikyu. I think it's in deck, I don't know. But the reason I want the League headquarters is they could play Arceus V down, which they are, but to attack with it, they could attach a double turbo potentially and attack. They can't, they don't have any switching anyway, so that's okay. All right, well, I'm going to gust this guy up and just end their day, I think, right? So my damage numbers are very high, so I'm just going to gust you up and keep you from doing anything. So, you know, I assume they're going to concede after this, because this has just become Big Hammer is what's happening here. I'm just beating. It's a beat down stick, right? What's happened here? They didn't get a good start. That's true. Look, honestly, like I said already, trying to get gameplay videos today has been really tough. Yeah, really tough. So they conceded because, you know, look, they did all they could there. I will say. You know, so anyway, I played the game correctly though, right? I set up pretty well. I didn't set up great, but I had to, you know, I need, because my opponent's situation was so bad, I could play without a bench, right? Which generally you don't want to do with most decks. And certainly a deck like this, you need to get those bench Pokemon to have any engine, but it wasn't necessary because I knew my opponent was at least a turn away from doing anything. All right, let's see what happens here. I would say this day, this is about as bad a set of games trying to get gameplay for a video as I've had. Look, I've had times with decks where my decks aren't that good, and I just kind of lose game after game. And that's its own thing. I get that. That's a lot. Sometimes I misplay, obviously, along the way too, but sometimes my decks are just bad decks. This is a fine deck. It's a little high roll, and I'm going to lose some games because of that. But honestly, mostly my opponent's just not doing anything. And I'm probably going to have to upload some videos where my opponent just doesn't do anything, because I've got to do something here. All right, so up against Future Box. So I'm first, because my opponent wants to take the knockout, and they probably do. So, do I play my stadium? I guess I do, because I need to set up, right? Need to set up. So let's take a look at what's here. So Mimikyu's prized anyway. So do this, and I'll Artazon and get down another Dunsparce. I mean, the stadium helps them, right? Because they want to attack with Miraidon. It'll take a prize, but I've got to set up. So to set up, I need 2 Dunsparces, but I also want to be able to attack with a Tinkaton EX, which. So it's not a bad hand here. It's not a bad hand at all. If I don't get knocked out, it's even better. And if they do knock me out, that's okay too. If they knock me out and I lose my hand, then things potentially get very bad. That's kind of where it's at here. So we'll see what happens. All right, I'm losing the hand, so that's not good. All right, I have Okay, this isn't bad though. I have energy. I need to hit a rare candy, which isn't crazy, right? The odds of hitting a rare candy. So let me get another Dunsparce and play that. Thin the deck out. I need a rare candy. Let's just check the counts, try to get a sense of the odds. So I have 4 rare candies. I can grab another Dunsparce, but let me first use just so I can play 2 Dunsparces. So I'd love to take out the active Pokemon if I could. I don't know what'll happen. Or take out the Mew. I think I want to take prizes is what I want to happen here. But let's see. All right, got the rare candy. Super nice there. Rare candy, the active. Let's see what the damage level is, because that's always important, right? 210. So I don't have. I mean, I don't want to knock out the single prize guy. I can tell you that much. Let me play Nest Ball. I will grab a Dunsparce because I want more cards in hand. I want to take out the active. I'm pretty sure. Still need some more cards here to do that. Okay, not bad. So I'm at 220. I just need some cards in hand. So I could Arezu. I'd like to get down another Dunsparce though. So I'm gonna Nemona because I might be able to get a basic and be able to play it, right? I'll get enough to take the knockout. 280. Okay, I can evolve him. That's good too. I can't play anything else though, right? So 250. So I take knockout. That's okay. And I have a stage 2. I only have 1 Dunsparce on the bench, so I'm vulnerable next turn to like the Iono. That's the thing, and I might miss a knockout. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. So my opponent had a bad start. They had a terrible start. And that's kind of what's been happening today. My opponents have been not getting things going. And at some point, I've been trying to make videos for a while. And at some point, I just got to make a video. So Iron Hands, but not EX. So what's this guy even do? So they take the knockout, I think. Well, actually, they don't. So they can paralyze me. 160. Okay, I mean, so they don't knock me out. All right. I mean, I'm not in the best. I'm not in this position. I'd not. Okay, they concede, and is what it is. So anyway, look, I think I apologize for the games at this point, but look, I like this deck. So let me just talk for a minute in summary, right? It's a solid deck. It's a bit high rolled. You set up is the question. You can start attacking turn 2 for decent damage. By turn 3, you should be doing big damage though. By turn 3, you can even knock out a Charizard EX or something. Certainly, you can take out like a V-Star on turn 2. I mean turn 3. I would expect to. Turn 4, you're one-shotting anything in the game. So which means you can. Well, Charizard gets scary because as the game goes on, it starts to one-shot you. You one-shot them as well. In which case it's a matter of who's ahead, right? Both decks get better as the game goes on, generally speaking. So the deck's pretty good. Look, I'm really happy with it. Luxray is limited value, honestly. Reversal, maybe Roseanne's backup is an ad, right? Let's take a look at it's just. Oh wait, that's what is ROS? Yeah, so Roseanne's backup, which will let you get an energy back, including a special energy. You can put a stadium back, a tool, which I'm not playing any tools, which I think is fine, and in a Pokemon. So maybe that gets added. But look, it's a solid list for sure. I think it's a fun deck to play. Let me know in the comments below what you think of it, and if there should be adjustments to the list. And again, sorry for the gameplay, but at some point, I've been recording a lot of games here, and at some point I just got to cut it off, and I want to present this deck because I do like it. So have some fun, play some Pokemon, and take care.